If we could all introduce ourselves for the record, stating with colleagues on the right.
Good morning. My name is Mrs. Chantal MacLeod. I am the legal advisor for today's hearing.
Good morning. I'm Councillor Kelly Martin of Hillingdon East.
Good morning. I'm Harleen Kaur from Harefield Wine. I'm the interested party.
I'm Hisha, Director of H&H Company.
Yeah, I'm a Chirag. H&H News and Wine. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Merritt, which is M-E-R-R-E-T-T, and I'm the barrister here for H&H.
Daniel Ferrer from the licensing team, case officer today, Chair.
Liz Penny, Democratic Services Officer.
And I'm Councillor Darren Davies, Chair of the meeting today. So we'll move on to the next agenda item, apologies for absence.
No apologies, Chair.
Declaration of interest in the matters becoming for this committee. Are there any? Nope. To confirm that all items will be marked in Part 1 and will be considered public, an item, well that's it, it's Part 1 only, so we don't need to move on to that. And is there any matters that we've been notified in advance or urgent? And there isn't, I don't believe. And that's it, so let's move on. So let's go on to the licensing officers. Daniel, would you like to?
Thank you, Chair. Chairman, members of the licensing subcommittee, the application you have in front of you is for a new premises licence under Section 17 of the Licensing Act 2003. It relates to an application made by H&H News and Wine Limited for the premises at 6 to 10 High Street, Harefield, UB9 6BU. The application you'll see in full is at Appendix 1 with the full operating schedule. But essentially, it's an application for the consumption of the premises for alcohol Monday to Sunday, 0700 hours to 2300 hours. In terms of the process, in terms of the application, the closing date for representations was the 30th of January 2025. Officers checked the blue notices in terms of advertising. That was up, that's correct. And also it was advertised in the local press on the 15th of Jan 2025, so that's correct. Within the 28-day consultation period, 2 representations were received from interested parties, both from local businesses. Firstly, from Coscutter 24 High Street, and that's Mr. Govinda Madan, and secondly, from Harefield Wines at 18 High Street, and that's Miss Harleen Kaur. The representations could be found in form at Appendix 2 and 3. There was no representations received by any of the responsible authorities, and the pictures of the external of the premises can be found in the last 3 pages of the report. Chairman, those are the relevant bits that I wanted to sort of highlight to you. I'll leave it up to you to call on the relevant parties to consider the application in full. Thank you, Chairman.
Do we have any questions, Councillor Martin?
Yeah, I have a...
just for...
Oh, sorry.
For Daniel, sorry.
No further questions.
I just want to get some clarity on this, if I may. So can I just confirm for the record that we've had no complaints from ASB, no complaints from the police, no concerns raised at all?
That's correct, Chairman.
Thank you. So we'll move over to the applicant.
Good morning, all. I'll try not to say go over what Daniel's done earlier, and I should hopefully be very quick. So to my left are Chirag and Hesha Mehta, both from H&H News and Wine. They've lived in the area for 20 years, and this application for a store is going to be their 3rd licensed premises. They have 2 already, one in Rickmansworth, which has worked for 9 years, and one in St Albans, which has been operating for 1 year. And just to make it clear, there have never been any complaints or issues in any of those years of operating either of those 2 stores, both of which have licenses for the sale of alcohol off the premises. And this store is proposed to operate as a spa and have these sort of certified goods that comes with a spa and all the layouts that come with it. On the point of the layout, I've passed up to you earlier an amended plan. I'm conscious I gave you 2 hard copies, so we can send over sort of soft copies later if that's helpful. The only point I'd sort of draw to your attention, this is the CCTV. There's proposed to be CCTV both inside and outside the premises, and you'll have seen that in sort of the comprehensive conditions put forward, quite a lot of them relate to CCTV and storage and similar. It's proposed that there will be 4 staff operating the shop, 2 part-time and 2 full-time, and 2 of them will hold a personal licence. Now obviously this is costly, but what it does mean is a high level of training, and this is what's been done in Mr Mehta's other stores in Rickmansworth and St Albans, and this is one of the ways that Mr Mehta tries to ensure that all of the licensing objectives are upheld with his premises. The comprehensive conditions, they've been summarised at paragraph 2.6 of the report before you, and I won't go through them. You'll be very, very well familiar with all those types of conditions. And really then the final point I wanted to sort of go through for now is just sort of in response to the representations received, and I'm conscious we've got Miss Core here today, so I don't want to spend too long on them. But just a couple of quick points. I mean, the first, obviously, is that there have been no member inquiries, no complaints, nothing from the responsible authorities on this one. Second, as I've already alighted on, Mr and Mrs Mehta have a fantastic track record of their other stores. The third is the comprehensive licensing conditions. And fourth, I would ask you to note that insofar as the representations are concerned, they are complaints from other businesses in the area, and we do say insofar as they are material to the licensing objectives, they are all fully met by the conditions that have been proposed. Now that was all I was proposing to say to you now, but of course we welcome any questions from you that we can help you with.
Okay, Councillor Martin, do you have any questions?
Yes, this may have been answered. I was trying to read the words on the new plans that you submitted a few minutes ago, but I can't see them because they're a little bit too small. On the original plans of the layout, there's one entrance and one exit to the store, isn't there? And in the original one, right in front of the entrance, the first door was a beer counter. And one of the objections that's been received is obviously the antisocial element of people stealing alcohol in the area. And I'm just curious, with the counter being so far away from both the entrance and the exit, how do you manage the flow in and out? And are there barriers to stop people just coming in, taking something off, and then running out the exit during the shift?
Thank you. Okay. Sorry. There is only one entrance and the counter should be next to immediately on the right hand side. So, and there's only the grey sections would be the alcohol area, and the remaining would be for food and the groceries area. And we got on site, means on floor. Currently the premises is not in our hand, there is under process. So it's not in our hand. It's just like leasing under process. If once we get this license, then we go ahead and do that way. So on the floor all the time we got 2 or 3 members of staff working on it. Yes, thank you.
So I have a couple of questions which I will ask. Have you engaged with local residents? Have you been out and spoken to local residents, etc.?
Yeah, and I look up.
Oh, sorry, just press the button once and then should be fine. Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, I've been engaged with them because we're living there for 20 years almost. 2000.
Okay.
Yes. So we know the area very well. We know the people. I work there as well.
Okay.
I work Harefield Hospital, and I did a couple of charities in Rickmansworth Council as well, for Three Rivers District. So the people know me very well as I don't know, but they know the shopkeeper. Yeah. As a shopkeeper, they know very well. In the COVID time as well, I did very good, like food bank and lots of things. So.
Okay. And my second question is, I had a little look online at crime statistics, etc. in the area. There is a slight rise with crime and disorder within the area. What measures do you plan to put in place to ensure your premises doesn't contribute to these issues? We got full of CCTV camera with a plan, like digital and Wi-Fi. So I got like 16 to 80 cameras. Okay. I got a plan as well, soft copy, not a hard copy of the but then another security reason wise, I got 2 staff all the time, and the 2 premises license holder, not premises,
the license holder who's selling the alcohol, that all the time on the site, means in the shop.
Okay. My final question is, I've seen in the report, there was a bit concerned about noise disturbance outside the premises in the evening, etc. What plan have you got in place to prevent that?
Because it's a main road, high street, the traffic is always there in the peak time and the off-peak time as well. It's like every day we got a research, 3,000 cars passing on that road. So noise-wise is always there, but when we do the refurb the shop, there is a suspended ceiling, soundproofing, and there is a quite big shop, so I don't think so there is a noise of any nuisance as well.
Okay, thank you. We will move on to the next part of this is relevant. We've got no responsible authorities here at the moment, so we now move on to the discussion. Oh, no, sorry, other parties. Sorry.
Thank you. So my first thing is, as he just said about the traffic and everything, in evening time there is no traffic at all. It's barely any car pass through after like 8 or 9 o'clock. And especially on the weekend, they create so much of create scenes and everything, like they are badly drunk, and then they create scenes. And if they are selling as well, like we and other shops, we usually don't give it to the people who are badly alcoholic, they're drunk, we don't sell it to them. What is the guarantee they're not going to sell it as well?
Have you got anything else to add? This is your chance to raise any concerns that you wish to me, not to the other parties. So you raise it to me, and then we will come back and we will ask them questions on your behalf. Okay.
And also the prevention of the crime, as we have said earlier as well. So there are loads of crimes going on as people get drunk and they try and steal or show the knives and everything so that they can do the stealing. It's very hard over there, and if they are opening another shop for the alcohol, they will create more nuisance over there. And also, there's another point I want to add regarding the public safety. It's the same thing. Again, the young people are drinking alcohol and getting the vapes and everything. We are just spoiling the generations now. And for that, I've spoken to the people over there who are living there. They are not happy to be shop to be open. It's just they don't want to they just sign the petitions for us. They don't want to come in the court, and they don't have that much time to come. That's why they helped Mr. Madan to sign a petition. But as Mr. Daniel just said, that the petition is not accepted. But I got a petition copy with me. That maybe the council should look about that. That's all I want to say now.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Martin, do you have any questions?
So the two complaints or objections we receive are often to other shop owners. How many people do you refuse alcohol to on a daily basis? Because I'm reasonably familiar with Harefield, and it's, although not a small village, it's not like a bigger town like Hayes or Ruislip. How many people are you refusing alcohol to, and what methods do you use to manage that on your daily basis?
It depends on the situation. Sometimes it's like 3, or sometimes none, or sometimes 2. It depends. Sometimes under 18 comes and try to get alcohol or something, and sometimes maybe the people who are badly drunk, they come and try to us, but we say no to them. And so many people come before 8. Like my license says I can't sell it before a certain time. So as usual, I open my shop later, so I don't stop people in the morning. But if anyone is coming drunk, I don't sell it to them.
We didn't receive any members' inquiries, complaints from the ward councillors during the period up until, was it the 15th or 25th of January? But your version is different to what we received. Why would that be, do you think?
I'm not sure why is it different, but this is what I thought. That's why I'm coming here and speaking here.
So I have a couple of questions. So you stated that you refuse people coming in that are drunk to try and purchase alcohol. We should, as a license holder, we should be doing that anyway, because you shouldn't serve alcohol to anyone under the influence. So what do you believe would prevent the new business from stopping doing that?
Like if I stop and if they sell it, That's not good. Like, as in the other license has been issued recently, Mr. Daniel knows about it. I don't know if you guys know about it or not. They are selling underage people. I've saw so many people coming around and they got vapes and everything. And we have saw that they are coming from that shop only. And we are not sure that they're going to sell it or not. But we are not happy to spoil that place, as there is a school nearby, and nowadays we are seeing children think that it's very cool to have alcohol or have a vape in their hand, but it's not good for them or for their health.
No, I thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, the committee can't take what might happen. We have to look at the facts that are in the room, and as Councillor Martin has raised, is that we've had no objections from more colleagues, or more councillors I should say. The petition, I respect you've got that, but it doesn't meet the criteria needed. So we have to use the evidence that we've got here. But I will take your points on board. Thank you. Right, so we go to closing remarks. Daniel, do you have any? Sorry, discussion stage. It's been a long morning. Sorry. Discussion stage. Councillor Martin, do you have any questions you'd like to raise? No?
No, thank you.
Okay, so we'll go to the discussion stage now. Councillor Martin, you've got nothing you want to add. Does anyone else in the room have anything they'd like to ask? And independent, you can ask as well, the independent party, if you want to.
I suppose it's just one quick point, and it's sorry, Ms. Cork, 'cause I didn't say these in opening. Now, I'm sure that you run a very good premises with your license, and you've got policies in place, as you say, to stop that. Now, you may have seen in the agenda that we have conditions in place to not serve alcohol to underage children, and conditions to not serve alcohol to people who are drunk. Are those the sort of conditions that you have in place that make yourself a responsible premises?
Yeah, of course, that's the things we do as well. But still, we saw the other premises, like they are selling it. That's why my main concern is that is it going to happen from your premises as well?
No, I just wanted to, but that's really helpful. Thank you. Just, I think the sense I've got is that we are proposing similar conditions to ones you have. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else have anything?
Just a point of clarity, Chair, if I could. There's been mention of the petition, and just to confirm, Mr. Madan attempted to put in a petition on the. Let me get the dates correct for you. The 27th of January, I went back to him via email on the 28th of the following day, and I've essentially cited section 17.16 and 17.17 of our licensing policy, which deals with the acceptance of petitions, essentially a name and address of the application site, reasons for the representations, which of the 4 licensing objectives are relevant, and each petitioner must give their name, full address, including postcode. And it was advised to Mr. Madan that the petition that they submitted didn't meet those requirements, and so it was rejected. And there's a second point in relation to, I think Ms. Cora has mentioned the new premises that was recently granted. I believe it was last year, and I think by coincidence I was on that one as well, and that was Harefield Local 42 School Parade you were referring to. And when the licensing team are not aware of any complaints in relation to that premises since the grant.
Okay. So can I just confirm as well, the petition, when you went back, there was enough time to resubmit another petition?
Yes, there was guidance in terms of how to put in a representation properly and a petition, so full information was given on that note.
Okay, so if residents felt strongly enough, they could have resubmitted it?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Any further
As Mr. Daniel just said it, he said that maybe, what date he submitted the petition?
Let me go back. So there was attempts at 2 petitions, and both of them were rejected.
So I don't know which one I got. He gave me one paperwork yesterday because he got some emergency. He told me that if you are going, you can take this with you.
Yep.
So I don't know what date
he has been advised, and he has been confirmed that both of those.
No, but my question is, what was the last day he had submitted and you rejected it?
So there was one on the 28th, but there was also one previous to that as well, which I can go to.
Okay, so if the last one was 28th, so he didn't get enough time, because whenever you replied after that, and the closer date was 30th or 31st of January, So I don't think he got enough time after that to submit another petition regarding that.
But he did, that was the second attempt though. I can clarify on the first, when he put in a first petition as well. If you just give me some time.
So just to confirm.
Yep.
The first petition went in, it was rejected. You'd written to him and given him the policy.
Yep.
He'd come back on the 28th and it was still wrong.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's essentially.
So he's had more than enough time.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's my concern was because I don't know what are the dates or whatever.
Sure.
So that's why, because we decided that he will gonna make this sign the petition and then he will submit it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. We'll leave that there. So we'll go to closing remarks now at the correct time. So, Daniel, do you have any?
I have no closing remarks, Chairman.
Applicant?
No closing remarks from
No.
us.
Independent parties?
I would like to say just if you guys are granting the license, please put more conditions on the license. That's all I can say now.
Okay. Thank you. We'll note that. Councillor Martin?
I think it's clear from listening to both sides and the application that the key here is the licensing objectives, that both of you are fulfilling, and I hear from your other businesses there are no complaints and you're fulfilling the objectives for yourself, and your desire is that children are protected from harm, public safety, crime and disorder are all paramount in this, and maybe working together with other businesses to make sure you link up and talk to each other if children are buying things from your shop and you recognise them. Harefield is a small village, as you know, you live there, I work there sometimes, and I think it's key if you work together, if this application is granted, or if it's not granted, you work with the other businesses, because fulfilling the licensing objectives is key to making sure that everyone is safe in a small community like Harefield. Thank you.
No. So I'll just finish off here as well. The licensing objectives is the main thing that we will work from in this room. Okay, it's what protects everyone, protects our residents and protects you guys as business owners. So I completely appreciate you coming. I completely understand your passion and your protection for your business and your community, and I respect what you've brought forward today. So we will now go on to the deliberation part. So how that works is the subcommittee will remain in the room, you guys will leave, and then a decision will be posted on social media. You are more than welcome to hang around for a decision, but it may be a couple of hours. So, and how 7 days is it? We right to? Yes. Decision notice, how long is it?
It is. Just bear with me. It will on YouTube.
Yeah, so there will be a YouTube broadcast and also...
There will be a YouTube broadcast which announces the decision, but the formal written decision, which has all the reasons, will be provided in, I believe it's 7 days, but just don't quote me on that. One moment. Wow.
So as I have said, you are welcome to wait outside. Yes. Of course, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. Okay.
So it's 21 days for the full written decision, but we can make the announcement once we have fully deliberated and reached a decision, which will be broadcast on YouTube today.
So thank you very much for attending. Thank you.